Welcome to ExHub MCQs. In this session, we cover water resources from contemporary India 2, featuring 100 MCQs for better learning and revision. MCQ 1. What percentage of the Earth's surface is covered with water? Option A, 50%. Option B, 60%. Option C, 70%. Option D, 75%. The correct answer is option D, 75%. Explanation: approximately 75% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. However, only a small proportion of this is fresh water, which is essential for human use. The rest is salt water found in oceans, making conservation of freshwater resources crucial. MCQ 2. What is the primary source of fresh water on Earth? Option A, ocean currents. Option B, surface runoff and groundwater. Option C, industrial effluents. Option D, glacier melting. The correct answer is option B, surface runoff and groundwater. Fresh water is mainly obtained from surface runoff and groundwater, which are constantly renewed through the hydrological cycle. This cycle ensures that water is a renewable resource, although its availability varies across regions and seasons. What is the main reason for water scarcity despite its abundance? Option A, unequal access and overexploitation. Option B, the presence of too many lakes. Option C, excessive groundwater recharge. Option D, global warming alone. The correct answer is option A, unequal access and overexploitation. Explanation: even though water is abundant, scarcity arises due to overexploitation, excessive use, and unequal access. Growing populations and industrial demands increase pressure on freshwater resources, leading to shortages in various regions. MCQ 4. Why do some regions with high annual rainfall still face water scarcity? Option A, excess evaporation. Option B, poor water management and pollution. Option C, water absorption by plants. Option D, overuse of rainwater harvesting. The correct answer is option B, poor water management and pollution. Explanation: some regions with high rainfall still suffer from water scarcity due to mismanagement, pollution, and overuse of water resources. Poor infrastructure and contamination of water sources make it unfit for consumption despite sufficient rainfall. Option 5. What is the largest consumer of water globally? Option A, domestic use. Option B, irrigated agriculture. Option C, industrial processes. Option D, hydroelectric power. The correct answer is option B, irrigated agriculture. Explanation: irrigated agriculture consumes the most water worldwide. Expanding irrigation for food production has led to excessive groundwater extraction, depleting reserves and affecting water availability in many regions. MCQ 6. What is the primary goal of the Jal Jeevan Mission? Option A, providing bottled water to rural areas. Option B, enabling rural households to get piped water supply. Option C, reducing irrigation in villages. Option D, banning the use of groundwater. The correct answer is option B, enabling rural households to get piped water supplanation. The Jal Jeevan Mission, JJM, aims to provide every rural household with assured potable piped water at a service level of 55 liters per capita per day, ensuring long-term water security and improving the quality of life. What is the key challenge posed by excessive groundwater extraction? Option A, increased humidity. Option B, falling groundwater levels. Option C, increased agricultural yield. Option D, higher energy costs. The correct answer is option B, falling groundwater levels. Explanation: excessive extraction of groundwater leads to declining water tables, reducing availability for future use. This affects food security and increases the cost of water extraction, impacting both rural and urban areas. How does industrialization contribute to water scarcity? Option A, by increasing water use and pollution. Option B, by promoting efficient water management. Option C, by encouraging rainwater harvesting. Option D, by reducing the need for agriculture. The correct answer is option A, by increasing water use and pollution. Explanation: industries use vast amounts of fresh water and contribute to pollution through industrial waste and chemical discharge. This reduces the availability of clean water for domestic and agricultural purposes. Which of the following is a key feature of multipurpose river projects? Option A, only used for irrigation. Option B, used for irrigation, hydroelectricity, flood control, and water supply. Option C, used only for drinking water supply. Option D, designed exclusively for navigation. The correct answer is option B, used for irrigation, hydroelectricity, flood control, and water supply. Explanation: multi-purpose river projects integrate various uses of water, including irrigation, electricity generation, flood control, and domestic supply. This approach aims to maximize benefits from stored water resources. What is a major environmental concern associated with large dams? Option A, increased sediment flow in rivers. Option B, loss of aquatic habitats and sedimentation in reservoirs. Option C, increased groundwater recharge. Option D, reduced need for irrigation. The correct answer is option B, loss of aquatic habitats and sedimentation in reservoirs. Explanation: large dams disrupt river ecosystems by reducing sediment flow, leading to habitat loss for aquatic species. They also cause excessive sedimentation in reservoirs, affecting water quality and availability downstream. YEMC 11. What was Jawaharlal Nehru's vision of dams in India? Option A, barriers to economic growth. Option B, temples of modern India. Option C, a temporary solution to water scarcity. Option D, only a means of irrigation. The correct answer is option B, temples of modern India. Explanation: Nehru called dams the temples of modern India as he believed they would integrate agricultural and industrial development, contributing to the nation's economic progress. They were seen as symbols of modernization and self-sufficiency. Which river is associated with the Sardar Sarovar Dam project? Option A, Option B, Yamuna. Option C, Narmada. Option D, Krishna. The correct answer is option C, Narmada. Explanation: the Sardar Sarovar Dam is built on the Narmada River and is one of India's largest water resource projects. It provides irrigation, drinking water, and hydroelectric power to multiple states. What major drawback is associated with large multipurpose projects? Option A, they prevent soil erosion. Option B, they increase groundwater recharge. Option C, they cause displacement of people and loss of livelihood. Option D, they lead to water conservation. The correct answer is option C. They cause displacement of people and loss of livelihood. Explanation: large projects often displace communities, submerge agricultural land, and disrupt ecosystems. The social and environmental costs of such projects have led to widespread opposition and criticism. What is a key disadvantage of excessive irrigation using dams? Option A, it improves soil fertility. Option B, it leads to soil salinization. Option C, it increases groundwater levels. Option D, it decreases agricultural productivity. The correct answer is option B, it leads to soil salinization. Explanation: excessive irrigation can cause soil salinization, where water evaporates, leaving behind salt deposits. This reduces soil fertility, making it less productive for agriculture over time. Which traditional water conservation method is practiced in Rajasthan? Option A, johads and kadans. Option B, bamboo drip irrigation. Option C, step wells. Option D, tube wells. The correct answer is option A, johads and kadans. Explanation: Rajasthan has a long tradition of water conservation using johads, small ponds, and kadans, rainwater harvesting structures, to store rainwater for agricultural and domestic use. These methods have sustained water availability in arid regions. Why has rooftop rainwater harvesting declined in Rajasthan? Option A, it is an outdated practice. Option B, Indira Gandhi Canal provides sufficient water. Option C, it is expensive to maintain. Option D, it is ineffective in collecting rainwater. The correct answer is option B. Indira Gandhi Canal provides sufficient water. The availability of water from the Indira Gandhi Canal has reduced the need for traditional rainwater harvesting methods. However, some people still use tankas, underground water storage, due to a preference for rainwater. Which state was the first to make rooftop rainwater harvesting mandatory? Option Maharashtra. Option B, Tamil Nadu. Option C, Karnataka. Rajasthan. The correct answer is option B, Tamil Nadu. Explanation. Tamil Nadu was the first Indian state to make rooftop rainwater harvesting compulsory for all buildings. Legal provisions were put in place to ensure implementation. What is a significant ecological issue caused by dam construction? Option A, improved biodiversity. Option B, habitat destruction and river fragmentation. Option C, increase in fish population. Option D, reduction in soil erosion. The correct answer is option B, habitat destruction and river fragmentation. Explanation. Dams alter natural river flows, leading to habitat destruction and fragmentation of aquatic ecosystems. Many fish species and other aquatic organisms are affected as they lose their natural migration routes. Seat 19. What is the primary goal of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchay Yojana? Option A, reducing groundwater usage. Option B, ensuring access to protective irrigation for all farms. Option C, limiting agricultural expansion. Option D, increasing industrial water use. The correct answer is option B, ensuring access to protective irrigation for all farms. Explanation. PMKSY aims to provide assured irrigation to all agricultural farms, promoting efficient water use and ensuring sustainable water conservation practices for long-term rural prosperity. MCQ 20. Which traditional irrigation method is used in Meghalaya? Option A, Option B, bamboo drip irrigation. Option C, Option D, tankas. The correct answer, option B, bamboo drip irrigation. Explanation. Meghalaya has a 200-year-old bamboo drip irrigation system that transports water from streams and springs to fields using bamboo pipes. It is an efficient method of water conservation in hilly regions. MC 21. What is the purpose of the Atal Bhujal Yojana? Atal Jal. Option A, to build more dams in India. Option B, to promote groundwater conservation and management. Option C, to increase urban water supply. Option D, to provide free water to industries. The correct answer is option B, to promote groundwater conservation and management. Explanation. The Al Bhujal Yojana focuses on groundwater conservation and sustainable management in water-stressed areas. It encourages community participation to shift from excessive consumption to conservation and smart water management. Which of the following is not a major cause of water scarcity? Option A, overexploitation of groundwater. Option B, unequal access to water. Option C, expansion of rainwater harvesting. Option D, increased demand due to population growth. The correct answer is option C, expansion of rainwater harvesting. Explanation. While rainwater harvesting helps conserve water, factors like overexploitation, unequal distribution, and growing demand contribute to water scarcity. Proper water management is necessary to ensure sustainable availability. MCQ 23. Why are multi-purpose river projects considered controversial? Option A, they improve agricultural productivity. Option B, they lead to habitat destruction and displacement of communities. Option C, they reduce water pollution. Option D, they increase forest cover. The correct answer is option B, they lead to habitat destruction and displacement of communities. Explanation. Large river projects often displace communities, submerge forests and agricultural land, and disrupt ecosystems, leading to social and environmental concerns. 4. What is the primary cause of groundwater depletion in urban areas? Option A, high rainfall levels. Option B, excessive pumping of groundwater for domestic and industrial use. Option C, reduced agricultural irrigation. Option D, government policies. The correct answer is option B, excessive pumping of groundwater for domestic and industrial use. Explanation: over-extraction of groundwater for household, industrial, and commercial purposes in cities leads to depletion, lowering water tables and causing water scarcity. EMC 25. What role do industries play in water pollution? Option A, they clean river water. Option B, they increase water availability. Option C, they discharge pollutants and chemicals into water bodies. Option D, they have no impact on water resources. The correct answer is option C. They discharge pollutants and chemicals into water bodies. Explanation: many industries discharge pollutants, including heavy metals, chemicals, and untreated waste, into water bodies, making the water unsafe for consumption and harming aquatic ecosystems. EMC 26. Which of the following is not a function of dams? Option A, flood control. Option B, electricity generation. Option C, increasing sediment flow. Option D, irrigation. The correct answer is option C, increasing sediment flow. Explanation: dams regulate water flow, reducing sediment transport downstream. While they help in flood control, irrigation, and power generation, they also disrupt natural river sedimentation processes. How does deforestation contribute to water scarcity? Option A, it reduces rainfall and groundwater recharge. Option B, it increases groundwater levels. Option C, it helps in water conservation. Option D, it has no impact on water availability. The correct answer is option A. It reduces rainfall and groundwater recharge. Explanation: deforestation reduces vegetation cover, leading to less water absorption by soil, reduced groundwater recharge, and increased surface runoff, ultimately contributing to water scarcity. C28. What makes the Krishna-Godavari water dispute significant? Option A, it is related to flood control. Option B, it involves conflicts over water sharing between states. Option C, it concerns the construction of a new dam. Option, it is about industrial pollution. The correct answer is option B. It involves conflicts over water sharing between states. Explanation: the Krishna-Godavari dispute involves conflicts between Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Maharashtra over water allocation, as Maharashtra's Koyna project reduces water availability downstream. EMC 29. Why is rainwater harvesting particularly useful in semi-arid regions? Option A, it increases water scarcity. Option B, it ensures water availability during dry periods. Option C, it makes soil infertile. Option D, it pollutes groundwater. The correct answer is option B. It ensures water availability during dry periods. Explanation: rainwater harvesting stores water during the rainy season, ensuring availability during dry periods. It is an effective solution for water conservation in semi-arid and arid regions. EMC 30. Which is a major limitation of large dams in controlling floods? Option A, they regulate water flow effectively. Option B, they prevent excessive rainfall. Option C, sedimentation in reservoirs reduces their effectiveness. Option D, they have no impact on floods. The correct answer is option C. Sedimentation in reservoirs reduces their effectiveness. Explanation: over time, reservoirs behind dams accumulate sediment, reducing storage capacity and making them less effective in controlling floods, especially during extreme rainfall. EMC 31. What is the major objective of water resource management? Option A, to ensure water availability and sustainability. Option B, to increase water wastage. Option C, to reduce rainfall dependency. Option D, to prevent all forms of water use. The correct answer is option A, to ensure water availability and sustainability. Water resource management focuses on the sustainable use, conservation, and equitable distribution of water to ensure long-term availability for drinking, agriculture, and industry, while preventing depletion and pollution. Which of the following is a key reason for interstate water disputes in India? Option A, unequal distribution of water resources. Option B, overuse of water by industries. Option C, availability of excess water. Option D, government inaction. The correct answer is option A, unequal distribution of water resources. Explanation. Many Indian states share river basins, leading to disputes over water allocation. Unequal distribution, increasing demand, and competing needs often create conflicts between states. EMC 33. How does urbanization impact water availability? Option A, it increases water conservation. Option B, it leads to depletion of groundwater and higher demand for water. Option C, it enhances river flow. Option D, it reduces industrial water usage. The correct answer is option B. It leads to depletion of groundwater and higher demand for water. Explanation. Rapid urbanization increases water consumption and pollution while depleting groundwater reserves, as cities rely on deep tube wells and excessive extraction for their growing populations. What is the primary aim of the Jal Shakti Ministry in India? Option A, promoting water conservation and supply. Option B, increasing the price of water. Option C, encouraging deforestation. Option D, reducing rainwater harvesting. The correct answer is option A, promoting water conservation and supply. Explanation. The Jal Shakti Ministry is responsible for water conservation, management, and ensuring clean drinking water supply through various government initiatives. EM 35. What is a major cause of river pollution in India? Option A, reduced water usage. Option B, untreated industrial and domestic waste discharge. Option C, natural purification processes. Option D, limited agricultural activities. The correct answer is option B, untreated industrial and domestic waste discharge. Explanation. Many Indian rivers suffer from pollution due to untreated sewage, industrial discharge, and agricultural runoff, leading to contamination and health hazards. How do multi-purpose river projects affect aquatic ecosystems? Option A, they enhance fish breeding. Option B, they disrupt sediment flow and fish migration. Option C, they improve water quality. They increase biodiversity. The correct answer is option B. They disrupt sediment flow and fish migration. Explanation. Multi-purpose river projects alter natural river flow, disrupt fish migration routes, and reduce sediment transport, negatively impacting aquatic life and biodiversity. And 37. Why is the Bakra Nangal project significant? Option A, it provides only drinking water. Option B, it serves multiple purposes, including irrigation and hydroelectricity. Option C, it is the smallest dam in India. Option D, it is located in South India. The correct answer is option B. It serves multiple purposes, including irrigation and hydroelectricity. Explanation. The Bakra Nangal project is a major multi-purpose project on the Sutlej Beas River Basin, providing irrigation, hydroelectricity, and flood control. Which factor contributes most to agricultural water wastage? Option A, over-irrigation and inefficient water use. Option B, use of drought-resistant crops. Option C, rainwater harvesting. Option D, limited groundwater extraction. The correct answer is option A, over-irrigation and inefficient water use. Explanation. Over-irrigation, poor irrigation techniques, and inefficient water use in agriculture contribute to water wastage, leading to depletion of groundwater and soil degradation. See Key 39. What is the primary benefit of rainwater harvesting? Option A, increases surface runoff. Option B, reduces groundwater recharge. Option C, helps conserve water and ensures availability in dry periods. Option D, causes soil erosion. The correct answer is option C, helps conserve water and ensures availability in dry periods. Explanation. Rainwater harvesting helps store water for later use, ensuring water availability in dry periods, reducing dependence on external sources, and recharging groundwater. Key 40. Which of the following is a traditional water harvesting method in the Western Himalayas? Option A, culls or gulls. Option Johads. Option C, kedines. Option D, tankas. The correct answer is option A, culls or gulls. Explanation. In the Western Himalayas, people use culls or gulls, which are diversion channels that help in directing water from streams to agricultural fields for irrigation. YMCK 41. What is the main objective of the Sardar Sarovar project? Option A, only electricity generation. Option B, providing irrigation and drinking water. Option C, reducing tourism. Option D, increasing deforestation. The correct answer is option B, providing irrigation and drinking water. Explanation. The Sardar Sarovar project, built on the Narmada River, provides irrigation facilities, drinking water, and hydroelectric power. It plays a crucial role in drought-prone and desert areas, ensuring water availability for multiple purposes. YMC 42. Which region in India is known for its traditional step wells? Option A, Tamil Nadu. Option B, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Option C, Kerala. Option D, Assam. The correct answer is option B, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Explanation. Step wells, known as bowlis or valves, have been traditionally used in Rajasthan and Gujarat for water storage, particularly in arid regions, to ensure water availability throughout the year. 43. How do multi-purpose projects contribute to soil degradation? Option A, they increase forest cover. Option B, they cause soil salinization due to over-irrigation. Option C, they improve groundwater recharge. Option D, they prevent waterlogging. The correct answer is option B, they cause soil salinization due to over-irrigation. Explanation. Multi-purpose projects often lead to excessive irrigation, which can cause soil salinization, reducing soil fertility and affecting agricultural productivity. What is a key benefit of the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana? Guess why? Option A, it increases industrial water usage. Option B, it ensures irrigation access to all farms. Option C, it promotes urban water conservation. Option D, it limits water supply for agriculture. The correct answer is option B. It ensures irrigation access to all farms. Explanation. It aims to provide protective irrigation for all agricultural farms, ensuring efficient water use and promoting sustainable water management practices. INI 45. Why is rooftop rainwater harvesting encouraged in urban areas? Option A, to increase dependence on groundwater. Option B, to reduce rainwater wastage and recharge groundwater. Option C, to prevent water storage. Option D, to replace river water use. The correct answer is option B, to reduce rainwater wastage and recharge groundwater. Explanation. Rooftop rainwater harvesting helps collect and store rainwater, reducing dependence on external water sources and recharging groundwater levels in cities. YMC Key 46. Which of the following is not a reason for water scarcity in India? Option A, unequal water distribution. Option B, over-extraction of groundwater. Option C, increased use of rainwater harvesting. Option D, pollution of water sources. The correct answer is option C, increased use of rainwater harvesting. Explanation: while water scarcity is caused by overuse, pollution, and unequal access, rainwater harvesting actually helps in water conservation rather than contributing to scarcity. MCQ 47. Which river is associated with the Hirakud Dam project? Option A, Ganga. Option B, Mahanadi. Option C, Option D, Krishna. The correct answer is Option B, Mahanadi. Explanation: the Hirakud Dam, built on the Mahanadi River, is one of India's largest dams, helping in irrigation, flood control, and hydroelectricity generation. EMC 48. What is a major disadvantage of large reservoirs created by dams? Option A, they promote fish migration. Option B, they cause submergence of land and displacement of people. Option C, they increase river flow. Option D, they reduce sedimentation. The correct answer is Option B, they cause submergence of land and displacement of people. Explanation: large reservoirs submerge vast areas of land, leading to displacement of people, loss of biodiversity, and environmental challenges. This has been a major concern with many dam projects. EMCQ 49. What is a unique feature of rainwater harvesting in Meghalaya? Option A, it is not practiced in the region. Option B, it is used despite high annual rainfall. Option C, it is ineffective due to climate conditions. Option D, it has been recently introduced. The correct answer is Option B, it is used despite high annual rainfall. Explanation: despite Meghalaya receiving the highest rainfall in the world, rooftop rainwater harvesting is common in Shillong due to seasonal water shortages. This ensures availability of water throughout the year. 50. How do traditional irrigation techniques like bamboo drip irrigation help in water conservation? Option A, they waste water. Option B, they use gravity to transport water efficiently. Option C, they rely on large-scale pumping. Option D, they increase water wastage. The correct answer is Option B, they use gravity to transport water efficiently. Explanation: the bamboo drip irrigation system in Meghalaya is a traditional method that efficiently transports water using gravity, reducing wastage and ensuring controlled irrigation for crops. MCQ 51. What is a primary cause of water pollution in India? Option A, excessive rainfall. Option B, dumping of untreated sewage and industrial waste. Option C, reduction in agricultural activities. Option D, increased groundwater recharge. The correct answer is Option B, dumping of untreated sewage and industrial waste. Explanation: water pollution in India is primarily caused by the discharge of untreated sewage and industrial waste into rivers and lakes. This leads to contamination, making water unfit for human and agricultural use. P52. What is the key focus of the Atal Bhujal Yojana? Option A, increasing dam construction. Option B, groundwater conservation and sustainable management. Option C, providing free water to industries. Option D, banning agricultural water use. The correct answer is Option B, groundwater conservation and sustainable management. Explanation: the Atal Bhujal Yojana focuses on groundwater conservation, sustainable use, and bringing behavioral changes in communities to shift from overuse to conservation. EMC 53. Which type of dam is primarily constructed using earth and rock? Option A, masonry dam. Option B, embankment dam. Option C, concrete dam. Option D, gravity dam. The correct answer is Option B, embankment dam. Explanation: embankment dams are made using earth and rock materials. They are designed to resist water pressure by relying on their mass and shape. What is a major ecological impact of building large dams? Option A, increased biodiversity. Option B, disruption of river ecosystems and aquatic life. Option C, reduction in soil fertility. Option D, expansion of forest cover. The correct answer is Option B, disruption of river ecosystems and aquatic life. Explanation: large dams disrupt river flow, affecting aquatic life by fragmenting habitats and altering sediment transport, which impacts fish migration and biodiversity. Which of the following is a traditional water harvesting system in Rajasthan? Option A, stepwells and johads. Option B, bamboo pipes. Option C, underground canals. Option D, concrete reservoirs. The correct answer is option A, stepwells and johads. Explanation: Rajasthan has a rich tradition of water conservation using stepwells and johads. These structures help collect and store rainwater for drinking and irrigation in arid regions. YMC 56. What is the main reason for declining groundwater levels in Indian cities? Option A, increased use of desalination plants. Option B, over-extraction through borewells and tube wells. Option C, reduction in rainfall. Option D, increased use of surface water. The correct answer is option B, over-extraction through borewells and tube wells. Explanation: in many Indian cities, excessive groundwater extraction through borewells and tube wells has led to depletion of water tables, causing long-term water shortages. Why is water scarcity a concern despite abundant rainfall in some areas? Option A, uneven distribution and seasonal availability. Option B, excessive water conservation. Option C, low population density. Option D, high levels of groundwater recharge. The correct answer is option A, uneven distribution and seasonal availability. Explanation: water scarcity can exist even in regions with high rainfall due to uneven distribution, seasonal variations, poor water management, and pollution making water unfit for use. Which river is associated with the Krishna-Godavari water dispute? Option A, Ganga. Option B, Mahanadi. Option C, Narmada. Option D, Krishna. The correct answer is option D, Krishna. Explanation: the Krishna-Godavari water dispute arises from conflicts between Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Andhra Pradesh over water sharing and diversion issues. YMC 59. What is the main purpose of the Jal Jeevan Mission? Option A, providing bottled water to urban areas. Option B, ensuring piped water supply to rural households. Option C, increasing irrigation projects. Option D, promoting water-intensive industries. The correct answer is option B, ensuring piped water supply to rural households. Explanation: the Jal Jeevan Mission, JJM, aims to provide every rural household with access to potable piped water, ensuring safe and sufficient drinking water for all. YMCC 60. Why do some regions still practice rooftop rainwater harvesting despite having piped water supply? Option A, preference for traditional methods. Option B, poor water quality and unreliable supply. Option C, it is a legal requirement everywhere. Option D, rainwater harvesting is ineffective. The correct answer is option B, poor water quality and unreliable supply. Explanation: many regions continue to use rooftop rainwater harvesting because piped water supply may be inconsistent and rainwater is often preferred due to its purity. E61. What is a major disadvantage of over-extraction of groundwater? Option A, increased rainfall. Option B, declining water table levels. Option C, improved soil fertility. Option D, expansion of lakes. The correct answer is option B, declining water table levels. Explanation: over-extraction of groundwater leads to a drop in water table levels, making it difficult for wells and tube wells to access water, affecting both drinking and irrigation needs. YMC 62. Which Indian state made rooftop rainwater harvesting compulsory? Option A, Kerala. Option B, Tamil Nadu. Option C, Punjab. Option D, Gujarat. The correct answer is option B, Tamil Nadu. Explanation: Tamil Nadu was the first state to make rooftop rainwater harvesting mandatory, with legal provisions to penalize non-compliance. This helps conserve water and recharge groundwater. EMC. What is a major benefit of the Sardar Sarovar Dam? Option A. It is the largest dam in the world. Option B. It provides irrigation and drinking water to multiple states. Option C. It only generates electricity. Option D. It prevents all floods. The correct answer is option B. It provides irrigation and drinking water to multiple states. Explanation. The Sardar Sarovar Dam, built on the Narmada River, supplies irrigation water, drinking water, and hydroelectricity to Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Madhya Pradesh. EMC 64. Why are multi-purpose river projects considered essential for India? Option A. They prevent all natural disasters. Option B. They integrate water conservation, irrigation, and power generation. Option C. They eliminate the need for agriculture. Option D. They promote water wastage. The correct answer is option B. They integrate water conservation, irrigation, and power generation. Explanation. Multi-purpose river projects provide irrigation, hydroelectricity, flood control, and domestic water supply, playing a crucial role in India's development. EMC 65. What is the main reason behind conflicts over water sharing in India? Option A. Ample water resources. Option B. Unequal distribution of river water between states. Option C. Lack of awareness about water conservation. Option D. Minimal use of river water. The correct answer is option B. Unequal distribution of river water between states. Explanation. Interstate water disputes arise due to unequal river water distribution, leading to conflicts between states that share river basins. EMC 66. How does soil salinization occur due to excessive irrigation? Option A. It increases soil fertility. Option B. It removes essential nutrients from the soil. Option C. Water evaporates, leaving salt deposits in the soil. Option D. It increases groundwater levels. The correct answer is option C. Water evaporates, leaving salt deposits in the soil. Explanation. Excessive irrigation causes water to evaporate, leaving behind salt deposits, which reduce soil fertility and make land unsuitable for cultivation. EMC 67. What is the primary aim of water resource conservation? Option A. To ensure long-term availability and sustainability of water. Option B. To increase water wastage. Option C. To prevent all forms of water use. Option D. To limit water access to rural areas. The correct answer is option A. To ensure long-term availability and sustainability of water. Explanation. Water resource conservation focuses on sustainable use, preventing over-extraction and pollution to maintain long-term availability for agriculture, industry, and domestic needs. EMC 68. Which traditional irrigation method is used in hilly regions like the Western Himalayas? Option A. Tube wells. Option B. Culls or gulls. Option C. Step wells. Option D. Johads. The correct answer is option B, culls or gulls. Explanation. Culls or gulls are traditional irrigation channels used in the Western Himalayas to divert water from streams to agricultural fields efficiently. What is a key environmental issue caused by large-scale dam construction? Option A, increase in forest cover. Option B, habitat destruction and loss of biodiversity. Option C, improvement in aquatic life. Option D, reduction in water pollution. The correct answer is option B, habitat destruction and loss of biodiversity. Explanation. Large dams submerge forests, disrupt river ecosystems, and lead to the loss of biodiversity, affecting both terrestrial and aquatic life. Why is rainwater harvesting encouraged in water-scarce regions? Option A. It helps store water for dry periods. Option B. It increases water pollution. Option C. It prevents groundwater recharge. Option D. It leads to excessive rainfall. The correct answer is option A. It helps store water for dry periods. Explanation. Rainwater harvesting is a crucial conservation technique, especially in water-scarce regions, as it ensures water availability during dry seasons and reduces dependence on external sources. YMC1. What is the main objective of the Jal Jeevan Mission, JJM? Option A. Provide water for industrial use. Option B. Ensure piped drinking water to rural households. Option C. Increase groundwater extraction. Option D. Construct more dams. The correct answer is option B. Ensure piped drinking water to rural households. Explanation. The Jal Jeevan Mission aims to provide every rural household with an assured supply of potable piped water at a service level of 55 liters per capita per day, ensuring long-term water security. Why is groundwater depletion a major issue in Indian agriculture? Option A. It increases crop productivity. Option B. It reduces water availability for irrigation. Option C. It prevents soil erosion. Option D. It improves water table levels. The correct answer is option B. It reduces water availability for irrigation. Explanation. Excessive use of groundwater for irrigation has led to severe depletion, making it difficult for farmers to access water for crop production, ultimately affecting food security. Which dam is built on the Mahanadi River? Option A. Hirakud Dam. Option B. Bakra Nangal Dam. Option C. Sardar Sarovar Dam. Option D. Terry Dam. The correct answer is option A, Hirakud Dam. Explanation. The Hirakud Dam, built on the Mahanadi River, is one of the longest dams in the world and plays a crucial role in irrigation, flood control, and hydroelectric power generation. YMC 4. How does urbanization impact freshwater availability? Option A. It increases groundwater recharge. Option B. It leads to over-extraction and water pollution. Option C. It reduces population pressure on water resources. Option D. It improves river water quality. The correct answer is option B. It leads to over-extraction and water pollution. Explanation. Rapid urbanization increases demand for water, leading to over-extraction of groundwater and pollution from domestic and industrial waste, worsening water scarcity. YMC Key 75. What was Jawaharlal Nehru's perspective on dams? Option A. He opposed their construction. Option B. He called them the temples of modern India. Option C. He believed they were outdated. Option D. He favored only small-scale water conservation projects. The correct answer is option B. He called them the temples of modern India. Explanation. Nehru viewed dams as essential for India's progress, integrating agriculture, industrial growth, and rural development, calling them the temples of modern India. 76. What is a significant drawback of large dam projects? Option A. They increase sediment flow in rivers. Option B. They cause displacement of people and submerge large areas. Option C. They promote sustainable fishing practices. Option D. They improve groundwater recharge. The correct answer, option B. They cause displacement of people and submerge large areas. Explanation. Large dams often displace thousands of people, submerge forests and agricultural lands, and disrupt local ecosystems, making them highly controversial. YMC 77. Why is rainwater harvesting widely practiced in Rajasthan? Option A. The region receives heavy rainfall. Option B. It ensures water availability in arid conditions. Option C. It prevents waterlogging. Option D. It is legally prohibited in the state. The correct answer is option B. It ensures water availability in arid conditions. Explanation. Rajasthan has low annual rainfall and faces frequent water scarcity, making rainwater harvesting an essential technique for storing and conserving water for domestic and agricultural use. YMC 78, which is a traditional water conservation structure in the Thar Desert. Option A. Stepwells. Option B. Pools. Option C. Option D. Canals. The correct answer is option C, tankas. Explanation. Tankas are underground water storage structures used in the Thar Desert to collect and store rainwater, ensuring water availability during dry seasons. Yum and U9. What is one of the main criticisms of multi-purpose river projects? Option A, they increase water conservation. Option B, they prevent soil erosion. Option C, they disrupt the natural flow of rivers and aquatic life. Option D, they reduce groundwater pollution. The correct answer is option C. They disrupt the natural flow of rivers and aquatic life. Explanation. Large river projects often alter natural water flow, affecting sediment transport and disrupting aquatic life, leading to ecological imbalances. YEMC 80. Which factor contributes most to interstate water disputes in India? Option A, surplus water availability. Option B, unequal distribution and competing demands. Option C, lack of river networks. Option D, presence of too many dams. The correct answer is option B, unequal distribution and competing demands. Explanation. Many states in India depend on shared river basins, leading to disputes over unequal distribution and competing demands for water use in agriculture, industry, and domestic needs. 81. What is a major consequence of excessive groundwater extraction? Option A, increased agricultural yield. Option B, rising groundwater levels. Option C, land subsidence and water scarcity. Option D, reduced soil erosion. The correct answer is option C, land subsidence and water scarcity. Explanation. Over-extraction of groundwater leads to a decline in water table levels, causing land subsidence and long-term water shortages, particularly in urban and agricultural regions. YEMC 82. Why are multi-purpose river projects considered both beneficial and problematic? Option A, they provide irrigation and power, but cause displacement and environmental damage. Option B, they only benefit industries. Option C, they prevent all floods. Option D, they do not impact the environment. The correct answer is option A. They provide irrigation and power, but cause displacement and environmental damage. Explanation. Multi-purpose river projects support agriculture and power generation, but also lead to displacement, loss of biodiversity, and disruption of natural river flow. YEMC 83. Which Indian river is associated with the Sardar Sarovar Dam? Option A, Ganga. Option B, Yamuna. Narmada. Option D, Godavari. The correct answer is option C, Narmada. Explanation. The Sardar Sarovar Dam is built on the Narmada River and is one of India's largest water resource projects, providing irrigation, drinking water, and hydroelectric power. What is a key feature of the Atal Bhujal Yojana? Option A, encouraging excessive water use. Option B, focus on groundwater conservation and community participation. Construction of more dams. Option D, reduction in rainwater harvesting. The correct answer is option B, focus on groundwater conservation and community participation. Explanation. The Atal Bhujal Yojana aims to conserve groundwater by promoting sustainable usage and encouraging behavioral changes in water management practices. Which C85, which Indian state receives the highest annual rainfall but still faces water shortages? Option A, Rajasthan. Option B, Tamil Nadu. Option C, Meghalaya. Option D, Gujarat. The correct answer is option C, Meghalaya. Explanation. Meghalaya, despite receiving the highest rainfall in the world, faces water shortages due to seasonal variations and lack of proper water storage infrastructure. Yem is a major challenge associated with large reservoirs. Option A, they increase groundwater levels. Option B, they submerge land and displace communities. Option C, they prevent industrial growth. Option D, they eliminate the need for irrigation. The correct answer is option B. They submerge land and displace communities. Explanation: large reservoirs created by dams often submerge vast areas, displacing people and impacting ecosystems, leading to social and environmental concerns. YEMC 87. How does deforestation contribute to water scarcity? Option A, it increases rainfall. Option B, it reduces groundwater recharge and increases runoff. Option C, it prevents soil erosion. Option D, it improves river flow. The correct answer is option B. It reduces groundwater recharge and increases runoff. Explanation: deforestation reduces vegetation cover, leading to lower groundwater recharge and higher surface runoff, which exacerbates water scarcity. YEMC Key 88. What is a primary function of rainwater harvesting? Option A, to increase dependency on groundwater. Option B, to store water for future use and recharge groundwater. Option C, to replace river water entirely. Option D, to promote deforestation. The correct answer is option B, to store water for future use and recharge groundwater. Explanation: rainwater harvesting helps store water for future use, reduces dependence on external sources, and aids in groundwater recharge, making it a sustainable water conservation practice. Why has groundwater depletion become a critical issue in India? Option A, it has no impact on agriculture. Option B, it affects food security and water availability. Option C, it increases industrial production. Option D, it prevents soil erosion. The correct answer is option B, it affects food security and water availability. Explanation: groundwater depletion threatens food security by reducing water availability for irrigation, making it a serious issue for India's agricultural sector. What is one of the key advantages of small-scale rainwater harvesting? Option A, it requires large infrastructure. Option B, it is cost-effective and community-driven. Option C, it replaces the need for irrigation. Option D, it leads to excessive water consumption. The correct answer is option B. It is cost-effective and community-driven. Explanation: small-scale rainwater harvesting is cost-effective, easy to implement, and allows communities to manage their water needs independently, reducing pressure on conventional water sources. YEM 91. What is the primary goal of the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana? Option A, to reduce water usage in agriculture. Option B, to ensure irrigation for all farms. Option C, to promote urban water conservation. Option D, to replace groundwater use. The correct answer is option B, to ensure irrigation for all farms. Explanation: PM aims to provide irrigation to all agricultural farms, improve water use efficiency, and promote sustainable water conservation practices, ensuring long-term agricultural prosperity. YEMC 92. How do multi-purpose river projects impact aquatic life? Option A, they improve fish migration. They fragment rivers and disrupt ecosystems. Option C, they reduce sedimentation. Option D, they increase aquatic biodiversity. The correct answer is option B, they fragment rivers and disrupt ecosystems. Explanation: large dams and multi-purpose projects alter river flow, obstruct fish migration, and disrupt aquatic ecosystems, leading to loss of biodiversity. YEMC 93. Which traditional irrigation method is used in Rajasthan's desert areas? Option A, tankas. Option B, bamboo pipes. Option C, option D, step wells. The correct answer is option A, tankas. Explanation: tankas are underground water storage structures commonly used in Rajasthan's arid regions to store rainwater for drinking and household use. YEMC 94. What is a major reason for interstate river disputes in India? Option A, surplus water availability. Option B, unequal sharing of river water. Option C, low population density. Option D, lack of river systems. The correct answer is option B, Unequal sharing of river water. Explanation. Interstate water disputes arise due to unequal distribution and competing demands for river water, especially in states that depend on shared river basins. Key 95. Why is rainwater harvesting crucial in urban areas? Option A, to increase groundwater depletion. Option B, to reduce dependency on external water sources. Option C, to replace river water entirely. Option D, to increase surface runoff. The correct answer is option B, to reduce dependency on external water sources. Explanation. Rainwater harvesting in urban areas helps store water, reduces reliance on external sources, and replenishes groundwater, making it a vital conservation method. Key 96. What is the main ecological concern related to large-scale irrigation projects? Option A, increased forest cover. Option B, soil salinization and land degradation. Option C, reduction in agricultural yield. Option D, prevention of soil erosion. The correct answer is option B, soil salinization and land degradation. Explanation. Excessive irrigation leads to soil salinization, where evaporated water leaves behind salt deposits, reducing soil fertility and leading to land degradation. How does excessive dam construction affect sediment flow in rivers? Option A, it increases sediment transport. Option B, it prevents sediment deposition. Option C, it reduces sediment flow, affecting downstream ecosystems. Option D, it has no impact on sediment. The correct answer is option C, it reduces sediment flow, affecting downstream ecosystems. Explanation. Dams trap sediments in reservoirs, reducing their flow downstream, which affects soil fertility, river ecosystems, and delta formation. MC 98. Which river is at the center of the Krishna-Godavari water dispute? Option A, Ganga. Option B, Yamuna. Option C, Krishna. Option D, Brahmaputra. The correct answer is option C, Krishna. Explanation. The Krishna-Godavari dispute involves conflicts over water sharing between Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Andhra Pradesh, as upstream water use affects downstream availability. What is a key benefit of rooftop rainwater harvesting? Option A, it increases urban flooding. Option B, it reduces reliance on groundwater and municipal supply. Option C, it increases water wastage. Option D, it prevents all forms of rainfall collection. The correct answer is option B, it reduces reliance on groundwater and municipal supply. Explanation. Rooftop rainwater harvesting is an efficient way to conserve water, reducing dependence on municipal supply and groundwater while ensuring water availability during dry periods. Why is water conservation important for the future? Option A, to increase water wastage. Option B, to ensure sustainable use and prevent scarcity. Option C, to promote excessive groundwater extraction. Option D, to replace rainfall dependency. The correct answer is option B, to ensure sustainable use and prevent scarcity. Explanation. Water conservation is essential to ensure sustainable availability, protect ecosystems, and prevent future water crises due to population growth, climate change, and overuse. Thank you for watching ExHub MCQs. We hope this session on water resources from contemporary India 2 helped you strengthen your understanding of key concepts. Our carefully curated 100 MCQs covered essential topics, including water scarcity, groundwater depletion, rainwater harvesting, multi-purpose river projects, interstate water disputes, and conservation strategies. Water is a vital resource, and understanding its management is crucial for sustainable development. By practicing these MCQs, you are not only preparing for exams, but also gaining valuable knowledge about real-world water issues and solutions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to ExHub MCQs for more high-quality educational content. Stay tuned for our upcoming sessions on geography, history, economics, and more. We value your feedback. Drop a comment below and let us know how we can improve or which topics you'd like us to cover next. Keep learning, keep growing and see you in the next session with more insightful MCQs. Happy studying!